So yeah, I probably won't run Rangers. We are doing a battle today, which we'll talk about now, I'm sure. Which I'm really excited to see how it goes.
Same.
We're trying a brand new scenario and an army we've never used before. We've never used a single model from this army. It's completely brand new. We've painted it up this week. It looks fantastic. It's low model count, and it's a great matchup for the Rangers. You might even be able to see it.
Yes.
Kind of.
Well, by there.
Yeah, so there's no point in keeping it secret. It's Rangers versus the Bjornings.
Yes, at a very precise 520 points.
Because that's what we had.
Yes, that's the Bjorning count we had. 6 Bjornings, Grim Bjorn, and Bjorn.
Yeah. And I'm even from here, looking at those, I'm like, that's our best painted army. They look great.
They do. Is it this one with the brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be another one of these where you can't quite.
Yeah, but so it was an attempt at airbrushing.
Yeah.
So I got to play with an airbrush. I'm really happy with the result. And I also, for the first time, this is super strange, but I incorporated the environment of the base onto the model. Yeah. So they have snowy bases, like snowy wood bases. And I tried to make it look like the fur had flakes of snow on. And I think it came out great. And it adds an element of realism. I also did that on the Bjornings as well. And really like it.
I'm tempted to get a shot of them all and say, so you painted 3 Bjornings and Grim Bjorn, and the heroes, and I did 3 Bjornings. Yeah. Tend to both say, who do you think painted which 3?
Oh.
It's a test for you lot.
Well, I mean, your painting has improved massively over the last few months.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there's any difference in standard between our painting.
They
definitely look different. They look different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We went different styles in the end. Not purposely, but it was kind of what I had with me was kind of limited. And
I like them. I think it looks great together. The Force as an army, as a list, it looks really cool. Anyway, what's the scenario we're doing? Stake the claim.
That's the one. I was about to say seize the sun. I was like, it's not. Yeah.
Just answer my own question.
Yeah, I'd forgotten.
Now, the interesting thing about this scenario is it's kind of something we've always said we wanted in Middle Earth.
Yes.
And when we did our match play reaction review video, and this has been commented a lot, we very much glossed over a lot of it.
Yeah.
Didn't go into too much detail, mainly because we didn't have that much experience in competitive play in the last edition.
Yeah.
The games on the channel were pretty much, that's the extent of our experience in the game, in the edition. And we probably went through maybe 6 or 7 scenarios.
Yeah.
On repeat. Competitively then, we only did 1 competition in the last edition.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Which again meant very limited experience with certain scenarios.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to go into massive detail comparing and contrasting the new to the old because we didn't have much experience in the old.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a very interesting comparison.
No.
So yeah, we kind of just glossed over that. And we kind of missed this detail. It was pointed out again in the comments, thank you, commenters, that there is a turn-based scoring scenario.
Yes. And it's, like we said, it's something we always wish they would incorporate more from 40k.
Yeah.
And I hope there's more. I don't know if there are any more, if it's just this one. But when we were looking through it today, it was the first time we saw it. So I think
it's the only one.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So yeah, it's worth a go. And I think it should make for a more interesting game.
Yeah.
Personally. It's a thing, especially when you got lower model counts, and it's why we only ever did a certain amount of the old edition scenarios, is sometimes they're just a bit boring on camera.
Yeah, it's very, very true.
You just, when you're filming a battle report, you just need to spice it up. Like we say, we always say these aren't just competitive games we play, but they aren't just to say, oh, what's the best? Let's just do that. It's to actually have something a bit thematic, make it interesting, make it engaging, and hopefully have a bit of turn 1, okay, I already know who's going to win. This is boring. I can't even be able to watch it. It's this is back and forth. There's actually a bit at stake here. I don't know which way it's going to go. So it's why a lot of our stuff wouldn't win tournaments.
No. And it's probably one of the most commented things by kind of non-regulars of the channel is, oh, I stopped taking you guys seriously when you didn't have this hero mounted. Or stuff like that. It's very common. And it's very important to point out that we like to go thematic.
Yeah. That's it. It's like...
Also, I want to point out, Maelstrom of Battle, I just don't enjoy for YouTube. I just find the wrong dice rolls on your Maelstrom rolls, whatever you want to call it. it just kind of ruins the game. And it happened to me in that last tournament. The Balrog didn't turn up the first 2 turns. That put me at a massive disadvantage.
Yeah, it is one of those, and we've mentioned it on here as well, our doubles tournament, when we had half our army trapped in by a whole army. And if you put that on YouTube as a battle report and everything's just going on in one corner, okay, you can kind of make it, film it in a certain way that looks nice, but then when the other half of the army's on the opposite side and you got to try and get everything to match up, but it's kind of irrelevant, and then because you've wiped out half an army, what the other bit, it's just, it doesn't work. It's not engaging.
No, I agree. And then there's the one scenario we considered for today is the one where you split your force. I forgot what it's called.
Storm the camp.
No. I mean, it's the 4 corners.
Oh, the 4 corners, right.
And you control an opposite corner each.
Yeah.
Filming with that deployment is a nightmare. Especially like this side of the table, we have cameras. Camera. So moving around this side of the table with all the tables and stuff is virtually impossible. And then this side of the table, we can do it, but we're very tight to the wall. There's a dice tray sticking out here, so we have to very much breathe in. So moving around to get my army over there, coming back around here to get my army here. Yeah. It's not convenient for YouTube.
No, and maybe if we were doing like 1,000 points, it would look nicer because there's a lot of models. But for example, for today, it's 8 models for me and 10 for you.
Yeah.
Splitting those up is just like, it just looks.
It would just naff. It would look naff. Yeah. And while we haven't really done many big battles on this channel, and this sounds like a poor excuse, I like big battles. Filming them in here this time of year, no.
Yeah, and there is a bit of time to it. Bigger battles take a lot more time to edit, and whether we have the time to always get them all done and not just rush it through and have a worse battle report for doing it.
Yeah.
Like an engaging 500 points is way better than a slow, bogged down 1,000.
And for me, right now, the best thing that we are putting out is battle companies, which is, of course, exclusive to you guys here on Patreon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just enjoy the smaller games. Every now and again, a big game is great, but like you say, it takes a lot of time, and the heat in here right now, like right this moment, great. If it stayed like this all day, we could film 10,000 points. I don't care. But 2 p.m. when the sun has been on this greenhouse for a few hours, it's just awful. And obviously, we can't even put fans on because it affects the audio. So yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's. I say, like we said it before, it's. I don't want it to sound like it's complaining. It's just there is the other side to YouTube that it's just not the same.
Yeah, it's really tough. And picking scenarios is one of the harder things for YouTube, and it's why we do a lot of the same scenarios. It's why you see quite a lot of to the death, domination, breakthrough. We used to do a lot of. Yeah. It's not because we're lazy and we have no variety to our life. It's because of YouTube.
Yeah. But then it also shows, like, for a battle today where you're unlikely to go to a tournament and come up against Bjornings or come up against Rangers, because
I have never seen either of them at a tournament.
No, same.
But like we've only done 5 or 6 tournaments, I think. So we're not massively experienced competitive players, but I've never come up against or seen either of those armies.
No. So yeah, it is very much a case of like, yes, we get to do the different stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just about winning, it's about something fun.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, I said we've only done 5 tournaments, wherever it is. That's kind of part of the point of the channel in a way, especially this new version of the channel, where because we used to always do thematic, cinematic type battles, and they were almost like a lore experiment on the tabletop in a way. A lot of the comments used to be, "Oh, you guys are playing this wrong, wrong. You should do this way." Like, yeah, it's house rules to make it work for what we're doing. So we thought, you know what? Let's try and improve our competitive knowledge. And let's, we've never done a tournament before when we started this channel. Let's get out there. Let's start competing. Let's get better at the game and make it more a mix of competitive and thematic. So yeah, it's part of the journey of this channel. So in case you were wondering.
Yeah, and it is funny as well because like today, like we said, we've really struggled with picking which scenario, haven't we? Because some of them do just favor certain armies so much more than others.
And this matchup in particular, because I'm all heroes and all shooting, you're very low model count, not a lot of shooting, quite low defense.
Yes.
So looking at that, most objective based scenarios, I'm probably going to thin your numbers out quite early on. But you've got 2 very hard to kill, very killy heroes. Very.
Yes. It's like you've got 2 of the best heroes in the game.
Yeah.
Well, I personally like Aragorn. I know a lot of people don't necessarily rate him as highly, but maybe it's just because Aragorn.
He can be incredible.
Yeah.
Like, he should be one of the best. He's just very expensive.
Yeah. But he's still cheaper than both of them.
Yes, but they are defense 8, strength 8, with the best brutal power attack in the game.
I love it.
It's literally insane. We haven't used it yet, but just reading it, I'm like, that's so overpowered.
Because we read it, what was it, last week before when we picked this, and it was like, oh, it was really good, but I'd forgotten a section of it that actually makes it so much better.
Yeah.
So I may butcher part of it now because I'm doing it off the top of my head, but it's basically, you do it, you pick one model, strength 10 hit. If you wound, you got to do it again, even if the wound is prevented. Now, that's the bit I forgot, because I thought it was like, if the wound goes through, you can go again and basically just keep going as long as you're wounding and it's not prevented. But no, it's actually a case of, okay, they prevented it with fate, but you did do a wound, you got to go again. And it's strength 10.
Yeah, that's
That's insane. So even against Aragorn, what's he, defense 6?
Maybe 5.
I'm trying to think which version.
I haven't used him for
because
8 months, maybe?
It's Ranger Aragorn, not King. Yeah. So, but yeah, because I'm probably doing it on 3s, I assume. So long as, basically, how long can I not roll a 1 or a 2 for?
Yeah.
Let's test this right now. I rolled a 2. I didn't even do the first one. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of a case of like, if I can get into battle, it could be amazing. But it just shows with the scenario side of it that it was almost like we went, well, that scenario, I'm winning like 9 times out of 10. That one you're winning 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
That one I'm winning. And it's like,
it's tough.
What can we pick that's actually go, ooh, I don't know which way this is going to go.
Yeah. And that's why I think this scenario that we've chosen today is quite interesting. And it may, because of the nature of turn-by-turn scoring, it may go from turn 1 like, oh, this is massively going one way or the other. But it's a fun experiment to try a new scenario on. I think it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Also, I just checked.
Yeah.
Got a little quick start guide from the starter set. You wound anything below defense 9 on 3s.
Oh, yeah, true. Yes, because that.
I mean, even if I was defense 1, it's still 3s. So
yeah, that's
nothing on 2s in this game.
Yeah,
which I never really thought about.
Yeah, it is a bit of a sorry, that was my phone. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in that, like, I could literally be coming up against Aragorn, or I could be coming up against a Hobbit, and it's still 3s.
Yeah,
it's 3s.
Yeah, I'm also going to point out you have great bows.
I do.
Only 2 of them.
Yes, because of my
3. I think Grimbjorn has one. If you don't go bear.
Oh yeah, I don't think he counts towards the bow limit when I was building it. Double check that. Yeah,
but great bows are strength 4, so they're crossbows that you can move with.
Yeah, and like you mentioned Grimbjorn, but like it's the thing about, do I want them as bears or men? And Grimbjorn, I don't see any benefit apart from if you want to shoot, but I don't see any benefit to not have him as a bear. Realistically, Bjorn, he has the thing where he has to charge if he can. So there are certain times where that's a bit like, oh god. But also, if I'm starting further away, he can't shoot.
Yeah,
he'd just be a lower defense. I don't know why I'd keep him as a man.
Mainly because I'm really proud of the paint job. So if you could,
do you want to show off Bjorn?
Not Bjorn. No, I don't like that one.
Of Grimbjorn.
Grimbjorn, yeah.
Okay. See if
you can't really.
I think it's focusing on it. It's just
so far away. You'll see in the video in the intro. But yeah, I really like him.
Yeah.
I wanted to go over the bottom of his t-shirt a bit because it looks really wet. But apart from that,
it's fine. He's in snow. It's just melting.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Give your prediction for this game.
Sorry, I also just want to add that we've said it before, I'll say it again. I wish this was the standard size for warriors. So, like, if you compare Bjorn and a ranger, I wish the ranger was Grimbjorn size.
Yes.
And then Grimbjorn was just bigger again. And that
Grimbjorn was Space Marine size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great. What do you ask me?
I want to know how you think this game is going to go. What's your prediction? Rangers, 10 Rangers, or 8 Rangers, Aragorn and Legolas versus 6 Bjornings, Grim and Bjorn.
I think my Bjornings will not last long at all. They're only defense 4.
They'll not last the night.
No, they'll barely last the evening before the night. So I think they're going to go down fast. If I can shoot something with 1 or 2 of the archers, great. But I don't have an awful lot of hope for that. It depends. To be fair, we haven't even done a board yet, so it depends how the board.
This is what's interesting. Is I've got decisions to make because killing your bears in combat is really going to be difficult for me.
Yeah.
And if you win a duel roll with that brutal power attack, you're killing anything in 1 turn, probably.
Hopefully.
So I really don't want to go into combat with the bears.
Mm.
So my biggest chance is to use 100% of my army, because I can, to shoot at the bears.
Mm-hmm.
But the defense 8, and my bows are strength 2.
Yes. Which again is dumb.
Yeah.
How do Rangers not have strength 3 bows?
I know. But yeah, Dwarf Rangers have strength 3 bows.
Yeah,
really, really dumb. And just double checking this, because we did have a comment the other week, remember, that said, Dwarf Rangers are 18-inch strength 2.
Oh yeah, that's if they have the standard bow, dwarf bow.
No, standard dwarf bow is strength 3.
I feel like
a dwarf longbow is strength 3. The commenter was just wrong.
Oh yeah, because it's an upgrade to have the bow for a ranger, but I think it's because it's just a standard ranger, so you'd have to anyway. So I don't even know if you can. But I guess normal dwarf warriors would have a worse bow.
Well, a dwarf bow is a dwarf bow. It's just got shorter range.
Yeah,
and the longbow has 24.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, off topic. So yeah, it's one of those age-old debates. Do you try and take out the strong heroes, or do you try and thin the numbers?
I think for you. Just giving away tactics now. No, it's not really. But I think it's because they are such low defense, you go like those you can kill on 5s.
Yeah.
They're 6s followed by 4s. And
by 5s.
By 5s, sorry. So I think you may as well get through them and then whatever's left over. Because you've got Legolas as well, which I'm just like
that
little so-and-so. I can't stand coming up against him.
Remember that time? Was it last time I used him? He killed a troll.
Yeah, with his
shooting
shot.
face.
Yeah. So I didn't even get to the combat part. Because it was into combat. Stupid Legolas. So I might just try. It happened in the tournament. I came up against Breaking of the Fellowship and I was like, I just need to kill Legolas. And I kind of misjudged the other bits because I was like, I need to get him gone. Bad experiences.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for this one. This is probably the most excited I've been for a battle in a while, just because it's different.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, I really want to win. I like winning. But something about me really likes the look of Bjornings, even though I think they're overpriced. They're probably going to suck. Part of me wants them to absolutely destroy me, so I go, I'll give them a go in a tournament, even though they'll suck competitively. Like
they need to be in an army with something else that can have a front line in front of them.
If only there was an alliance matrix, eh?
Yeah, like if you could, I know Bjornings and dwarves don't get along, but if you could have a dwarven front line, shielding, and them coming up behind to get up into combat, and then they're like the berserker types, then I think they'd be great, especially because of the shooting side of them as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's exciting.
The bears need to hit hard,
and they probably will.
Yeah,